Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Sarah Uncut. I'm coming at you today from my formal viewing setting, whatever the heck we want to call it, because today's topic is a little bit serious. So while I'm sitting here drinking my tea, and yes, we're all gorgeous, while I'm sitting here drinking my tea, and I am coming to you off the cuff, this is a little bit of a serious topic, and I wanted to make sure you were able to pay attention to me and not to whatever crazy runnings around I'm doing. I know you're shocked, right? I know. So today we're going to talk about what's actually going on when you hit a goal, right? When you actually succeed at something, you get something you thought you've always wanted, and you still feel like crap. I mean, what is that about? So, what happens when you finally hit a goal and you're like, yeah, baby, and then you feel good for about 30 seconds and then you feel like crap again? Oh my gosh, do you know what's going on there? I'm going to tell you something crazy. You have been setting goals by chasing. You have been setting goals after you say, oh, I don't know, spend some time on Instagram and see everybody's little skinny bodies, and then you decide you're going to be skinny too. Or maybe you spend time on Instagram yet again, right? And you see everybody's $80 bazillion house. Who doesn't want an $80 bazillion house, right? And then you think you have to have that too. And so maybe you buy a couple throw pillows or something, and then you just don't feel good. You know what I'm talking about? Right? Or in your business, you're like, I'm going to hit that 6-figure month, right? Or whatever it is that everybody talks about you're supposed to hit next. I hate that garbage, PS. Right? So let's say that happens and you hit it and then you feel like total garbage. All right, so there's two things at work that I want you to really implant into your brain today with me, okay? The first thing that I want you to know is that when you hit a new level of success, which is sometimes what happens, right? Sometimes, let's say you set the business goal to, I don't know, have 5 new people who've never heard of you hire you this month, and then that happens, and then you feel like crap. That's a weird one, right? You're like, wait, this was supposed to make me feel great. And it can. And usually when we hit a level of success like that, the very next thing that happens, please listen to me because this is really important. The very next thing that happens is your confidence is going to drop. So annoying, but it happens to almost everyone. All right, so that's number one. The more likely culprit is number 2. Yeah, you're setting goals based on what you think you're supposed to want. This is incredibly dangerous and it will never make you happy. When I do one-on-one work with clients and we dive into money and we start talking about how you react physically just to the word money. Can you do that with me right now? Like, I'm just going to challenge you to do something right now. Think about your financial status right now. I want you to think about your bank accounts. I want you to think about any debt you might have. I want you to think about any big plans you have coming up. I want you to just think about your money right now. What just happened in your body? What just happened? Did you feel shame? Did you feel pride? Did you get excited? Did you feel like, oh crap, right? Like, what just happened? Now, I want you to notice something that if you take a second with me right now will be incredibly profound. The money has nothing to do with what just happened in your body. The money's not here. We didn't touch the money. We didn't change the money. We didn't even look up the money. You thought about the money and had a response internally. That response has everything to do with you, and I hate to say it, nothing to do with money. Crazy, right? Just think about that for a second. The money, or the goal, right? That has nothing to do with you. The outward effect is merely that. It is the outward effect. It is an outward reflection of how you view yourself. It's an outward reflection of what you think is possible. How do you like them apples? It truly is. And this is a really hard concept for people to grasp because we live in a world that tells you you are your effects, right? You are the amount of money you have in your bank account. That's who you are, Susie. You have a house. That's who you are, Nicole. What? No, your job is not you. You are you, and you participate in a form of work. We've got this all backwards, you guys. So when I tell you it's time for you to expand, when I tell you you can have anything you want, and I truly believe that. I know some people are like, nah, you're not talented enough or not this. I love what Will Smith says about that, right? When he talks about if you're on the treadmill next to him, he's like, you might be stronger than me, you might be faster than me, but you will not outwork me. He'll literally say that. He's like, I will drop dead on that treadmill before I give up, right? That's a form of working at one's self to expand for the sake of expanding. That is not an outward goal of, I'm going to make X amount of money, or I am going to break the world record in running. It's not what he's going for. What he's going for is, how much can I expand in this moment with you to prove that I can do more than I thought was possible? That is chasing. It could be for him, it could be a goal of pure energy, right? It could be a goal of excitement. It could be a goal of being powerful. It could be a goal of being alive. It could be a goal of being the healthiest he's ever been. And in that moment, when he's calling himself to expand, it's not about what's going on outside. It's about what's going on inside. And that, by the way, is how you stop fighting for your own limitations. So what the hell do I mean by that, right? When you look at your bank account and you have a response, that response is you fighting for your limiting beliefs about who you are and what's possible for you when it comes to being abundant. What? Yeah, think about that for a minute. What's in your bank account, or the debt that's owed, whatever that is, that's an effect of what you believe about you. That's a result, right? That's an effect that's out there in the world. The cause are the limiting beliefs, the perceived limitations that you keep fighting for. See, I told you I couldn't be successful. See, I'm just not one of those people. See, I'll never be safe. See, I'll never be secure. See, I'll never be smart enough. The results that you have right now are not a representation of who you are. They are a representation of what you are choosing to fight for when it comes to limiting beliefs. Crazy, right? So do me a favor as you go through today, because I'll never leave you in the bad place. I still try not to ever leave you in the bad place, right? I want you to be honest with yourself about what you've been fighting for as far as what you perceive to be your own limitations. I want you to look at that and really ask yourself, what have I been fighting for? What lies, because they're always lies, right? What lies are you choosing to keep in place so that you can stay comfortable? Remember, I told you step one, or option one, might be that you have just succeeded beyond your wildest dreams and then your confidence drops. And maybe that's just too damn uncomfortable, right? So you got to look at, what are you fighting for to keep in place so you don't have to experience that discomfort? You also might want to look at how keeping these limiting beliefs in place, right? The stories about yourself, if we want to call them that, right? I'm just not that smart. I'm just not lovable. I just am not good with money. I just don't get that stuff everybody talks about, right? Those stories that you are keeping in place, not only do they have you locked in for life, but they've also become your friends. You can rely on them. They can show up all the time whenever you need to get out of being uncomfortable because you're stretching yourself, right? Running on the treadmill and working that hard and being that expansive, that's uncomfortable. It causes really amazing results, but it's uncomfortable. So as you work through this, I hope you remember this from today's Sarah Uncut. I hope this is one of those episodes that sort of sits on your shoulder and gnaws at your brain a little bit in a nice way, right? And I want you to notice the next time you say, I want to be expansive. I want to be healthy. I want to be strong. I want to be powerful. Ask yourself which actions, which thoughts come up throughout the day, right? Ooh, look at donuts. Ooh, look, a new episode of Ted Lasso. Okay, that's not my weakness at all or anything. Right? You want to watch and say, this is the intention I've set out there. And here's the opportunity to ditch that intention and argue for my own limiting beliefs and keep myself exactly where I am today. Listen, you want to be like everybody else? You want to just sit around, you want to keep watching TV? Watch TV, that's great. You want to keep being unhealthy? Great, be unhealthy. You want to stay stuck in your money stories? Knock yourself out. Look around, you got plenty of opportunity. You've got plenty of opportunity to just throw out your excuses about, but Sarah, it's so hard for me. I know. Out of 7 billion people on the planet, you're the only one. I know, it's a miracle. I know, it's amazing. I say that with love, by the way. You guys, You got to stop fighting for your own limitations. Start fighting for your intentions. Start fighting for your own expansion. Lean into work that lights you up. Stop pretending you can't take up that hobby. Stop pretending you don't have 5 minutes to connect deeply with your children. Stop pretending you don't have 5 minutes a day to pick up a book that gives you a skill about something you've wanted your entire life. You don't have 5 minutes for that? Oh no, man, the donut's calling. I don't have time for my best life, donuts. You were put here for more than what society is telling you your day is for. You were put here to share your gifts, your talents, and your expertise and your experience with this world so that we can all learn from it, so that we can all get better because of it. And I don't care what work it is that you choose to express that through. Honestly, I'm literally one of those people who say, if you love flipping hamburgers, you better get over there and be the best damn hamburger flipper. I'm serious. You guys, we have people making careers, like serious money making careers out of quilts, right? Making quilts for other people, out of cleaning other people's houses or teaching people how to clean well. That's a thing. People teaching other people how to get pregnant through IVF or naturally. Other people teaching people how to get divorced. Other people teaching people how to find their voice. Ballroom dancing. Underwater basket weaving is actually a thing. You guys, you're here to love your life. You're here to feel alive. And your sweet little brain wants you to fight and argue for your limitations instead. So after today's episode of Sarah Uncut, I want you to sit down and really ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want option A, where you are living your best life? It's a little scary, it's a little uncomfortable, but you are leaning into what you know you're here for, that thing that's always pulled at you that you've ignored forever. It's causing a little ache. That's option A. Option B is you just keep doing what everybody else is doing. You keep eating those donuts. You keep watching TV all day. You keep saying you don't have 5 minutes for you, the most important asset you have. It's your call, beautiful woman. I'll see you next time.